everyone. Welcome to Blacklogic. So this evening, we have quite a few stories that I would like to get to. But first and foremost, let's talk about TikTok. Let's talk about TikTok. I think that's very imperative that we go over those things because there may be a lot of people that are losing their influence, losing their creations off of TikTok. Hopefully none of you rely on TikTok for monthly income because there's a lot of things that President Trump can do. He said that he may extend it, okay, that he may extend it for 90 days. So a U.S. buyer can purchase it. But TikTok delivered a chilling message that the app will go dark tomorrow unless the Biden administration steps up and assures tech companies that they won't face penalties for hosting the platform. And believe it or not, this ultimatum comes as tensions between the U.S. and Chinese ownership via TikTok. TikTok, believe it or not, has over 150 million users. And that's just in the U.S. And the ban could, again, have significant economic impacts. There has to be something that they can do because I know some people may not really understand the gravity of it, that there's going to be a lot of people that was depending on TikTok for their monthly income to feed themselves, their children, their family, their fame, their fortune, whatever they may have based upon this. And that's 6 million people. And 150 million Americans are on TikTok or watching TikTok. That's almost half of the country. So the app is absolutely large in America, and it may have some economic impacts when we're talking about the creators that are going to lose their source of income. Now and again, I just advise anyone who wants to get into mass media, social media, whether it may be entertainment, comedy, doesn't matter your gift or your skills, always get a YouTube account. YouTube should be always, in my opinion, YouTube, and now Rumble is coming up out of the mist. You should have a Rumble account or a YouTube account that's connected to everything else. Twitter, put yourself totally out on social media if that's what you want to do. So you can grow your brand, grow your channel, okay? Offer a service or even a product to people. But yeah, this is unfortunate if this goes through. So I just hope that it doesn't. But again, President Trump, he hinted that most likely he will grant an extension for about 90 days. So again, they can have some people to purchase TikTok. But you guys know about Biden. You guys know about Biden. They were stating that Biden, his administration knew that he had cognitive decline. They said that Biden's inner circle recognized his declining physical capabilities years ago. So again, like I said, I think the public realized it 2 years within his term, but they're stating they already knew that years before he even ran. But they shielded him. They shielded him, ensuring that his leadership image remained intact. And again, they hurt the American people. And here's the thing, if somebody is more promotable than you, but if you can have the same fortune, like some people want to be famous, right? And they know with the fame, it'll come the money, but they want to actually be famous. They want the lights, the glitter. They want the paparazzi. They want that. They love it. They revere it. That's why a lot of people watch reality TV, mostly women, but a lot of people watch reality TV, especially about relationships, but they want that gleam, that glamour, that spark. Where some people are just okay with the fortune. That's the money part of it. Like, I don't want people to know that I have a lot of money, or I'm not going to even dress like I have a lot of money. I'm be very modest. But his administration knew about this. You know, the more that ever since 2024 and now in 25, more and more information is being revealed a lot quicker and a lot faster. It's like we're getting closer to where we're going to have transparency in our government. We're getting closer. We're getting there. And I'm glad we have people who are revealing the truth. Now, this was surprising because 10 Senate Democrats joined Republicans to advance a bill in requiring the deportation of illegal immigrants charged with violent crimes, including burglary and assault upon a police officer. And this is another way that they're enacting policies that will assist Donald Trump in his mass deportation. See, some people think that mass deportation is just going to be one bill, one piece of legislation. It's like, oh, if you're illegal, you have to leave. And they have the power of the Customs and Borders Patrol agents, ICE agents, to go and collect illegal immigrants. No, they're going to do this systematically to a point where it's going to be so airtight. Oh, if you do this and you're a legal immigrant, you're getting deported. If you do this, if you're a legal immigrant, you're getting deported. So Trump wanted one legislation that will encompass all of that. But the way our government works is our government works sometimes when they don't want to get things done, but they know it's good for the country. It works as if they're on a horse with no legs. They just want to stagnate everything. But one bill can absolutely do it, and you can make it airtight. I mean, they've made bills 5,000 pages just so people wouldn't read it. But if we got to piecemeal our way there, okay, this is another strategy, but we can still get there. But yeah, they signed a bill that was bipartisan if illegal immigrants does burglary or assault assaults a police officer, because that has been happening in New York. They have been assaulting police officers. And Donald Trump said that mass deportation will happen swiftly. He said that it will happen swiftly. That's just going to be a good thing, because he stressed the importance of restoring law and order while targeting illegal migrants with criminal records. And of course, some of the opposing critics stated that this approach could strain law enforcement resources. Okay. We've been at a strain before. See, a lot of people, because it's not at your door, do not believe that we are in a state of emergency. And I'm not trying to fearmonger anyone, but if people don't believe that your country can be taken within, that's why a lot of these countries now are kind of pushing back against large mass migration, because they realize that their country is changing within. It kind of makes me go into a segment where I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'll just say it. While America has become very liberal and allowed certain alphabet communities to operate very openly and very socially, stay with me, because of a lot of the laws that has been enacted, mostly from the Democratic Party. Again, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not an independent. I'm just giving you guys my truth. A lot of people from other countries within that community has migrated to America as well, because they can openly be whoever they decide to be. But with that community, certain behaviors start to be infused inside the American environment, and it started to be very contagious. It's almost like a disease, how it attracts and catch on to people, and society starts to implode or change from within, because we've allowed it on a very wide scale. And then you become very good at manipulation and propaganda. So now you have people who are on the fence, should they vote for one party or another, what's more beneficial? And for a long time, Democrats really has been controlling Black folk. and the black vote over 80 to 85%. And with all the racism that we know exists in America, but we don't have to go hard on it, right? They still either didn't vote because of all this liberal and very divisive council culture, sort of socialistic views. They either didn't vote or they voted for Trump. And they didn't necessarily vote for Trump. They may not even like Trump, but they voted for Trump because they looked at what he was going to do and how this was going to support them, how it's going to benefit them. Because again, when you get on the other side, doesn't it get kind of weird? That's why I never chose sides. I never said, you know what, I'm a Democrat. You know what, I'm an independent. You know what, I'm a Republican. No, I just know that my mindset is somewhat conservative. And I don't think people really know what conservative is, because majority of black people are conservative. If you would give them a conservative checklist and you gave them a liberal checklist, majority of your things are going to be on the right. That doesn't mean that you're a Republican or you associate yourself with. None of that means anything. But this is where we are today. And just because you're a pro-America doesn't mean that you're anti-immigrant. Again, this is some of the things that the Democratic Party has done to black folk, is to continue to convince or guilt trip us into voting for them for absolutely nothing, while they give other groups of people that are immigrants to the country more benefits, more funding than people who are foundational to the land. Isn't that crazy? And I know there got to be other people out there, other black people who are in the knowing. And some white people is like, why do black people keep voting for Democrats? Does it benefit them? I don't know. I think a lot of people are just in their emotions. But Trump doubled down on his call to refund birthright citizenship, arguing that it incentivizes the illegal immigration. This is a very radical proposal from him that really challenges the 14th Amendment, which grants citizenship to anyone born in the U.S. But what Trump has realized is that a lot of people they've been using our own policies and constitution against us. They have been, because here's the thing. Believe it or not, for the most part, America is this very large humanitarian entity. We give to countries, we protect countries, we give billions of dollars to other foreign countries. So now I want to put you on a border with a pregnant lady who's not an American citizen. I don't know if she's from Central America, South America, East Asia, Africa, Caribbean, Eastern Europe, China, India, because everybody comes through the south of the border. But let's say she's a pregnant woman and she is having her contractions, let's say a minute apart. So she's about to have a baby. She slides through under the fence, becomes undetected. While she's having the baby, Border Patrol pull up. She's illegal. The baby's an American citizen. What about this? You go on vacation. Say if you wanted to be a citizen of London, and London had the same rule that America had in the Constitution. You say you want to be, but it's so hard, you got to wait so long. So you have what they call an anchor baby, right? And we had a lot of illegal immigrants to come over to become legal when Barack Obama created the legislation DACA that used anchor babies that were, hid, slid, vacation on America and was born in America, American citizen. Now they can tether themselves and pull their parents who was once illegal, who probably already in the country, or who wanted to come to the country. So we have all these liberal laws that people made that was very detrimental to America. But we looked at it very humanely. Like, oh, they're separated from their family, not knowing that this was going to grow and explode. But somebody knew. But then they make the counter argument that we have a decrease in birth rate. He says mass deportation will happen quickly That's why he's trying to get this whole Israel-Hamas thing out of the way. He really is focusing on mass deportation. Mass deportation. I never knew why us Black Americans jumped on a bandwagon for illegal immigrants. I have no idea why. These people come in the country and leapfrog us and get all the benefits. What were you reading at? Who are you looking at, listening to? Like, and people was beating me up about this. Oh, U.S. said that illegal immigrants are taking Black jobs or American jobs, or what Trump said. I said I didn't say that, but he said it. But I do agree, because if you look at majority of Black Americans, don't get me wrong, we're some phenomenal people. We have very intelligent people. We're talking about the core nucleus of the majority of jobs we hold. They're not making more than $50,000. Yeah, we have people in corporate America, six figures. We got millionaires, we got billionaires, but the majority of our population is making less than 50,000. Majority of our population is living in poverty. We have the highest rate of homelessness. So when I look at this, and we have other people from other countries that come over, and just because they came over illegally and sometimes legally, they come with a fresh start. This whole my father worked 16 hours with $2 and he came over with 15 cents in his pocket. It's a lie. It's a lie. America has been a socialist country for a very long time and has been giving immigrants more support than the American citizen. Yeah, they give you EBT and put you in Section 8 housing, but they don't tell you that when you are an immigrant, you can also get a low-interest business loan. Not only will we help you with housing, with a monthly stipend, with money for your children, money for food, money for this. That's why they keep coming. And some of you like, they just need help. No. They're not seeking political asylum. Asylum is of a political nature. This is something totally new called economic asylum, where they come in just to gather in the riches of America, more than the citizen. So what is the purpose of your American citizenship if you can't benefit from your citizenship? Just asking the question. And they're talking about January 6 rioters, a lot of the inaugurations. Now, those violent offenders who maybe attack police officers and or defame government property, they should be in jail. I don't know how long. But the other people who were there just protesting, okay? And you guys know where I stand. There were three types of people on January 6th of 21. You had insurrectionists, you had rioters, and then you have protesters. The insurrectionists are the people who are totally aggressive, getting inside the Capitol. Of course, the rioters are the one who destroy government property. And then the protesters are the people who was just given their God-given ability, constitutional right to protest against the proceedings of the inauguration or the confirmation of President Joe Biden. I get it. But yeah, they should be able to go. Come on now. And like, this is something new. So the DOJ, Department of Justice, uncovered a traveling pattern stating that the pattern of excessive force during arrests by Louisiana State Police. Sometimes I feel like they think these stories are new stories, like this is new news. And I know you guys know people in Louisiana. You guys know the history of Louisiana, this police. Doesn't matter if the state police or not. Like, oh, they have a history of excessive force. Ooh, that's big news. That's big news. But most importantly, tomorrow's Sunday. Monday is MLK Day as well as the inauguration. But they said there's been a very polling indicate of a very fascinating divide. You got support for Trump policies often exceeds support for Trump as an individual. I've been saying this for a very long time. Again, They said that we have a large group of Americans that show support for Trump's policies, but not for Trump, and those who support Trump as an individual. But voters appear to back his agenda while remaining very, very weary of his personality. Here's the thing. I know Trump is a very brash, very in your face, a very stark figure. And sometimes you just got to see through it. Like, okay, we have two choices. What is the best for you and your family? Do you care? Do you really care what other world leaders think about your president if he's getting things done and you are living a good life in America because of that? Just think about it. I looked at Kamala Harris policies. I didn't see nothing. I didn't see anything that was going to benefit me or my family. I didn't see it. So if I'm looking at Donald Trump, again, a very vulgar figure to a lot of people, right? They have a lot of this personal disdain because he's on the world stage acting and speaking the way he does. Yeah, I'm the person tending to wipe the dirt off a little bit. Like, okay, I don't need to look at the person. What about his policies? Again, if you match Kamala Harris policies up with Donald Trump's policy, you're going to be more shocked than what you really are, and how each of these policies affect you in your life. I think a lot of times people don't think about that, about what policies actually do for your life. Because again, and a lot of you guys were telling the truth for a very long time, how the Democratic Party gaslight black folk. They ensure they give us a victimhood mentality and say that Republicans are racist. Listen. Why would a mass majority of Democrats or black people, right, who are Democrats, believe that one entire political party is racist? I want y'all to think. You ever thought about that? Oh, no, Republicans are racist. Though people living in the hills, and all of them are racist? All of them? All of them. All of them? I can't believe all of them. I'm human. I just can't believe all of them. I just can't believe all of them. But yeah, I think we are a victimhood nation. And I'm glad that a lot of us are now understand, the complexities that Malcolm X and Martin Luther King was talking about. It's very important. And then we have recordings. We have recordings of Lyndon B. Johnson stating that if we sign this civil rights bill, don't forget, Lyndon B. Johnson is the president that Martin Luther King put pressure upon to sign the Civil Rights Act. You guys can look that up, LBJ, Martin Luther King, Civil Rights. And what happened was Martin Luther King said, hey, if you sign this civil rights, we'll support the Democrats. Because, whoever has the black vote wins. Whoever has the black vote wins. And at this time, majority of black folk was Republicans. We were Republicans. We were not Democrats. Because Democrats, again, are the party of the KKK, the Dixiecrats, the people who, mostly the Confederate soldiers. Let's just say that. So Lyndon B. Johnson said on the phone, they have a recording saying, if we sign a Civil Rights Act, they'll be voting those N-words. Listen, those N-words will be voting Democrat for the next 200 years. We'll be at 60 years so far. We got another 140 to go to vote for the Democrats before we realize what really went down and how civil rights wasn't for black folk. It was for immigrants who got support of the Civil Rights Act. Well, listen, now people would tell you that, oh, you got the Civil Rights Act, you got affirmative action, you got these DEI, like, oh, that's biggity black, it's for black people, it's for black people, it's for black people. How, if we're in the same position that we've always been in. How? There was two classes, right? I mean, if I split them up very largely, black and white, then became black, white, and Hispanic. And then Hispanics are now the second population in America, and they are the third richest group, but we're still on the bottom. Then the Asians came over. So now it's Asians, because you have that very small group of rich Indians that came over with tech jobs. So as a demographic, right? Then you have whites, then you have Hispanics, then you have others, then you have black folk. Because we're not thinking conservatively, not like a Republican or anything like that. But again, these were legislations. These were the mindsets of the Democrats to continue to get our vote. And we've been doing it ever since. And then when people start talking about things to empower, should we really care about what other groups think or believe because we believe we're owed and we know that we're owed reparations? See, everybody will listen to Martin Luther King and all his words and how powerful they were and how it moved the nation and how it transformed our country. But you look at one of his last clips where he was telling how all these Eastern European people were being supported with government subsidies and grants and money to not only college and do well in America, they was given the American dream and we were leapfrogged because we didn't get the same support. So when there's groups coming out here for reparations, oh, you guys don't deserve this. That was such a long time ago, where we have every other groups of people history that showed how they got some sort of restitution or reparations. You see that? And to me, I just don't, again, I understand what it is. We live with it here in America. We still love America. But I still don't understand how we're still voting simply a Democrat. Because don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should switch to be Republican. You should just be a person that votes for policies. Either be Democratic or Republican, conservative or liberal. If the liberal policies, there may be some good things in there for you, vote that way. But no one's looking at the policy. You ask people like, why are you not voting for Kamala Harris? She a sister girl. You're not voting for her? I don't care if she's black, Irish, Indian. I don't care. What are her policies? How did she change her stance? Let's look at those things. Because when she was running for president against Joe Biden, she did an interview on the Roots, on the Roots. And she said, no, I'm not giving nothing just to black folk. I'm going to give it to everybody. So she said no to the reparations. That's cool. That's cool. Keep that same energy. Then she ran. She's like, yeah, I could. Yeah, Mr. Red, and looking more into HR 40, and she changed her stance. So all of a sudden you changed your stance because you wanted the black vote. And then you had all these people in fraternities and sororities promoting. I got it. But I'm going to tell you when things started to change. When you start getting Gorilla, Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, you had DJs in the National Convention with glitter suits on. I mean, they held an entire party with the American tax dollars or with those donors or both. They had a party. The Democrats had a party. They was having a good time. But instead of promising or at least lying to black folks saying what we're going to do for you that's going to help your youth become more technologically advanced, we're going to revitalize, renovate some of your community centers and teach coding. No. What we're going to do is you're going to go to Jim Kleinburn's Fish Fry. Go and get your fish, free fish. Go and get your free fish, black folk. We know you love food. Go and get some fish. Jim Kleinburn's Fish Fry. But then we're going to invite you to all the parties. We're going to invite you. You're going to be out there. You're going to be campaigning for us. We're going to put you on TV. We're going to tell about the possible judge you may get. Yeah. We're going to put you on Front Street. Yeah, we're going to put you on Front Street. Okay, but what are you going to do for the black community? No. Those people we have in place, we're going to make sure they get a lot of visibility. Okay. It's going to show us a strong president of black folk. Yeah, I got it. You're going to do some symbolism things. What are you going to do for black folk? Because you did things for the Jewish community, you did things for the immigrant community, you did things for the Native American community. So you're doing specific things for different groups, but when it comes to us, you're going to do something for everybody. And then we have another side that is just doing legislation that they believe is going to help America. You see what I'm saying? Like, you have a side that's pandering to you, that's like promising you nothing but making you feel good. And like, this side is also bad. This is a bad side. This is a bad side, racist side. It's racist over there. Then you say, Kamala Harris, what's the policies you have just for the country? Because once black folk, we knew that we weren't going to get anything out of the deal. We just like, okay, cool. We got it. We know how y'all are. We still going to get it out the mud. What are your policies for the country? How's it going to help the country? How's it going to help me? If it helps the country, it's going to create more jobs. It's going to secure the border, so it's going to be safer. Got it. Okay, got it. Where are your policies at? We're just going to make a lot of, policies that's going to support freedom in America. That's basically what they're talking about. Then you have another side, and they say, we're going to put tariffs on countries that are not doing fair business with America. Everybody's going to pay their fair share. We're not going to be used and abused. We're going to start bringing a lot of the jobs overseas back. We're going to look at a robust economy the way we did when Donald Trump was in office the first time. All that sounds good. Do you know how many black business owners I know that's like, yeah, I don't like Trump, but I like his policies when it comes to tax cuts. So if you guys are looking to open up a business or anything like that, that's what people are gravitating to. See, again, people may not like Trump for one reason or another, but at the end is your bottom dollar. Oh, well, I don't like him representing the company. He's a fool. He's this, he's that. Okay, another person that looks good in front of people and maybe speak more presidential, but it takes money out your pocket. Your taxes are raises. The country's at war. You're supporting other countries at war. Which one do you want? You got to pick a struggle. You have to pick a struggle when it comes to political pundits. You have to pick one. Like, do I really worry about what he says? Because he never says anything right. But do I care about what he does? Okay, do I care about what she says? It makes us look good in front of other world leaders. She don't say nothing really crazy, nothing, out of pocket. But then she does nothing for the country. It seems like she does things for everybody else. We're supporting all these wars and all these foreign budgets and illegal immigrants and this and that. And the country's like it's turning to mush from within. So do you think I care that we put a pretty face or a half pretty face on the presidency just so we can look good in front of other countries? No. Put them damn tariffs on those countries. Tax those countries. National security. We should want a safe country. We already got enough violence in America already. We don't need no more violence. Think about that. In America, we already have enough violence. We don't need people from other countries bringing violence here. I'm not saying that every illegal immigrant is violent, but there is a portion of them that are. But we don't need that. And we don't know because we haven't vetted, we haven't screened. They need to come through the right way. I don't understand why people are against that. I just don't understand why people are against the deporting of illegal immigrants. And I got it. You have a heart. It pulls at your heartstrings. Next thing you know, they be pulling your TV out your house. Not all. Again, I told you, there's a portion of them that are. That's just like when people used to demonize, and they still do to a certain degree, that all black people are criminals. And we know that's not true. Every community have their drug dealers, their thugs, their criminals. Everybody does. Okay. And believe it or not, black people don't have the most criminals in their demographics when you look at the FBI and DOJ data. I'll just let you guys have fun with that. But nonetheless, I know a lot of people are excited about Monday. I think I'm more excited about what I think is going to happen or what I want to happen. I haven't made that decision. Like, I hope this happens. I want this to happen. This will happen. I just want to see how it unfolds. I think for me, that's the excitement. I'm not excited that, Donald Trump was in the office. Donald Trump. I don't care. I'm just excited with the policies and the things that he said. Are we going to take over Greenland? Are we going to take over Chagos Island and down there about South Africa with Mauritius? Or are they going to give sovereignty power over Chagos to Mauritius? Or are we going to take control? Is Denmark going to fight for Greenland? Is Canada going to become the 51st state? It's so much that's going on. Are we going to finish the border wall? How many people are going to argue about the border wall? If Donald Trump decides to build a border wall again, there's going to be so many people like, they're going to be showing these clips on social media how they have this sport. I think it's actually in Mexico or in Central America where they run up these ladders real fast, showing a ladder against the border wall, they're running it up, or how they can dig tunnels to get into America. It's like, okay, people are very innovative. And just like people have broken out of Alcatraz, people have broken out of prison because people are really, really crafty. So yeah, there's going to be illegal immigration regardless of that, but can we slow it down to 80%? Can we slow it down 90%? Yeah, there are going to be some tunnels. But again, we can build a border wall with cameras on them, with vibrating detection devices so we know if someone's digging, right? We can do that. Is it going to be expensive? Yes, but we've already given Ukraine $200 billion. You see what I'm saying? Like, if we stop funding these foreign wars, we have more than enough money to get this. And these are deterrents. A wall is a deterrent. Video cameras are deterrent. And we would deter some people from trying to break through the wall. And now we have portions of a wall. I'm again, I got it. Some people got family members and they're looking at it from a family perspective. But even if there, I would still know that it was wrong inside. But again, a lot of people are excited. I got it. A lot of people are excited. And I think I'm mostly excited, again, with his policies. I'm definitely more excited with his policies. They were showing, it says here that which of the following comes closest to your opinion about our nation's political system, even if none are exactly right. Okay. U.S. adults, 59%, Republicans, 63%. And the dark red states it has been broken for decades. It has been broken only for the last few years. And it says this only surveyed 2,100 people for about 8 days. It found that 55% of Americans either strongly or somewhat support such mass deportations, that more than half the country supports it. More than half the country supports, and I don't think people are looking at it because it does not directly affect them. It's like someone 100, 200 miles away from you, and they come and they tell you, hey man, there's an avalanche coming your way. You say, no avalanche coming. I get no news reports. I saw some little things that there's some avalanches around the area. We have, you see what I'm saying? This correlate this with illegal immigration. Yeah, there's some illegal immigrants in the country, but there's not coming this way. No one's coming to this town. Man, I'm telling you, there's an avalanche coming. So you get up there, you got your binoculars. I don't see no avalanche, so I'm just gonna stay right here. And then something affects you or one of your loved ones because of illegal immigrant. And it doesn't have to be criminal. It could just be simply, it's very hard for you guys to find a job. Because maybe you just have a high school diploma, you don't have a college degree. But a lot of those jobs are going to people who are immigrants in the country. And that's why the strong MAGA right, the MAGA 1.0 crowd, the Steve Bannon crowd, those guys, they got mad at Donald Trump and Elon Musk when they stated that, oh, H-1B1 visas, that's fine. We may even increase it. They said, oh, I thought you was going to decrease immigration. Not that we're going to stop legal immigration, but we're going to decrease it a little bit. I thought we was going to start supporting Americans and put Americans back to work. Oh, no. Elon Musk was like, yeah, I got a lot of H-1B visas at my work for me at Tesla. That's because if you guys work for a large company, I guarantee majority of your people in your IT section are probably from Bangladesh or India. And your call centers are probably most Filipino. Now, I want you to think about when our young kids are during the summertime back from college. It's very hard for them to find a job that's going to really hone their skills, right? They working at Burger King. Like, dude, you're going to be a lawyer. You need to be working at Burger King. You need to be an intern somewhere. But maybe you guys don't see it the way I do. Volvo said they're coming for your resources. I agree. But nonetheless, you guys heard me run my mouth. Thank you so much. You guys have a great and wonderful day. Evening. If you're new to Blacklogic, please hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up on your way out. If you have any comments, please leave them and I will read them and may respond. You guys have a good one. This is Blacklogic.